Welcome in, welcome back. Welcome to Stream-of-Unconsciousness, where the subject's made up and the words don't matter. Today in our continuing adventures of Abramsverse Star Trek by HIYA Toys, I have the last figure currently released in that line. I think there's one more, but it's a pre-order still. But the last one currently released is Mr. Chekov. As we can see, the same card art that we have seen throughout the line. Got some nice pre-production photos on the back, which is Anton Yelchin-ish. Interestingly, again, on this particular figure, the belt has been put on during production. Kirk actually ended up being the only figure who did not have his belt on him when in the package. It was actually in a separate tray. It's interesting that they discontinued that after the Kirk figure. But we will go ahead and start freeing him from his plastic prison here, as requested by some people. And let's see what we've got as we prove that we are dangerous and should not be allowed knives. There we go. Got a little bit of lip there. We'll take the trays out. Uno, dos, trays. All right. So, same standard tray that we've come to expect from the line. Where we've got the two separate trays. The bottom tray contains the stand and the connectors that will allow it to connect to other stands in the series. The top tray has a protective sheath over the top of it to keep everything from flying around, because it will. And so he's got the standard open right hand, communicator left hand, closed left fist, phaser right hand, and then the communicator and the phaser. See if we can pop him out of here without dropping the hand, which I just did. Because it's all fun and games if somebody loses a hand, right? Dun, dun, dun. Phaser hand. Well, I'd help if you saw it on camera. Phaser hand again. Again, the replacement fists have much smaller apertures than the ones that are already issued on the figure. So if you're replacing the hands, be careful. You might want to increase the size on those. But here we go. Senor Chekov. It's very bright. The light is very bright, isn't it? So what we've got here, that's actually, I believe, if they can get to a point where the light is not washing out his features quite so much, that's actually a pretty good likeness of Anton Yelchin, I believe. So, again, belt was, ooh, that's a tight one. Belt was placed on the figure during production. I'll move that down a little bit. Away from the men's classic waist. Again, as per usual of the series, got a little bit movement in the head. Left turn, right turn, slight nod, slight tilt back and forth. The tunic covers a lot of internal construction and connections, including a slight... I feel like without the vinyl tunic, probably the chest crunch would move more than it does. And again, twist at the waist, bend slightly at the waist. Again, focus. That is a good portrait. Again, the elbows, they raise and lower and extend a little bit. Elbows bend and twist hands twist on the pegs, and stop focusing on Kirk. And move back and forth slightly because of the peg that they're on. The hips, the hip joints, I should say, move in and out, up and down, twist. Again, there's no thigh twist. Double jointed knees as we smack the camera to make everything even more difficult. Boots twist. Stop that. Really wants to focus on Kirk. Boots twist at the top, and you've got the ankle rockers. So, pretty standard for the line. Interestingly, just as an observation, this line, again, as I've discussed before, I'm pretty sure all of the body part molds are reused from figure to figure. This right knee does not have the... It does not bow out to the right quite as much as some of the others. You can see in the background there, and especially as was pointed out in one of my other videos, McCoy's knee looks really bad from this angle. It's really not that much worse than the others. I think probably, considering all the figures, excuse me, and where their bends in their knees are, probably Spock and now Chekov probably have the least amount of that particular problem, but it's a problem across the line. Again, it doesn't affect the posability, and I've yet to see it causing a problem with the figure itself. It's not like the knee is about to blow out, although, again, with like McCoy's, it does kind of look like it is, but again, part of that's just the angle. If we turn Chekov's knee a little bit and bend it, again, his isn't as severe. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this line. I would like to see them continue. I'd like an Uhura, and I have a feeling part of the problem with getting an Uhura is the thinness of the legs without pants. Would cause problems with the double joint that they use for the knees. So, but I would like to see that in this line, and I'd like to see them continue in like more of a classic line. I'd love to see this scale, these are 1/18 scale, so they're about 4 inches tall, continue with classic Trek. And you know, like Playmates has a ton of figures out because they've been doing this for decades. I would like, and I honestly don't expect them to. I don't think HIYA Toys is that big a company, but I would love to see them do not just the bridge crew, but also get into more aliens and that kind of thing. He does have a little bit of a pre-pose on his boots, which I don't notice in the other ones. As you notice the, oh, there we go. Let's get it on camera so you can see it. And the right boot has a little bit of a tilt. So his whole pose is slightly different. I don't know if that was done on purpose, or if that was just an accident of molding. I've only got the one figure to compare it to, so. But I'll pop him on his stand there. We will get his hands out of the way, and his accoutrement, and then we stand him up in front of the crew, and they fit pretty well. If for nothing else, just to satisfy my aesthetic sense, I really feel like they should. One of the other reasons they should issue an Uhura, aside from the fact that she's an integral part of the crew, is also that we've got 2 blue tunics and 3 gold tunics, well, lime green. We really need another red tunic. Scotty looks a little lonely there. I also find it interesting that the movie figures that were released in 2009 when they first came out, which are not great. The sculpts are not good, really, honestly. But some of the... what interests me is that some of the articulation on this old figure is similar to the articulation on the new figures. So that's kind of humorous to me. Anyway, there we have it. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who subscribed in the last bit, and to those who have been with me the whole time. If you see anything you like, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me stuff that you would rather see me doing. I've got some more creative, I guess is a word, type videos on the way, where I will be showing off some painting and some other things that I've been working on. But I will continue to do action figure reviews as I find stuff that interests me, or as I create stuff that interests me. And we will continue along in that vein until we can no longer do that. And again, thanks for watching. Hope to see you all next time, and bye-bye for now.